Hey y'all, hey, it's Carlene, and this is my channel, See It With C. And we are live for today's Monday meetup. As you all know, every Monday at 7 p.m., you have some content, whether it be a premiere or you get my wonderful face to go live and discuss some of the things that are going on the cruise streets, as well as some of the content that I've released that I may or may not have had time to elaborate on. Like a lot of times we're creating content, we aren't able to talk about all the things that are actually going on at the moment. Like we're kind of summarizing things. So this is my opportunity to pop in, hold space on the YouTube platform and get you all caught up. So as you all know, my name is Carlene. This is my channel. I'm See It With C. I am a solo traveler, 9-to-5 girly, making it work in these cruise and travel streets. And let's see who is in the chat. This is our Monday meetup, where every Monday at 7 p.m. there is some content for me, and this Monday is live. So let's see who we have in the chat. Hi, we got Kristen in the building. Kristen saying, hey, happy Monday, sweet mates, and happy Monday, sweet mates and cruise mates. Yes, happy Monday, Kristen. And Kristen is one of our lovely moderators as well as a channel member. So thank you, Kristen, for all of your support. We got On The Go with Yellow in the building, and Yellow released a Celebrity Ascent review that I was able to watch today. Yellow, thanks for being a channel member. She says, hello, C, happy Monday. Yes, girl, happy Monday. When I say this Monday was off to such an interesting start. Well, let's quickly kind of talk about the weekend. So this weekend, everybody, there has been 3 people from my past that have popped out over the weekend. The reason why y'all don't have a video in this live today is because on Saturday I decided to play hooky from editing, and I was like, I'm getting out of this house. Went out to meet up one of my homegirls. I ended up running into one of my former students. I ran into that one employee that you hate seeing, or former employee that you hate seeing, and then someone else today when I was going through security at work. And I was like, okay, what type of retrograde is this? Because what kind of retrograde brings all these people from your past all at once? Then I'm sitting in work and the bottom of my shoe randomly falls off. My heel, I'm like, what is that black thing on the ground? It was a heel tap for my shoe. So I was just like, I'm not gonna let this deter me. I found it more funny than oh, this is not a good Monday. But I was just like, I don't know what kind of retrograde this is, but for 3 blasts from the past, it has to be some kind of strong alignment of sorts. Let's see who else. We got a bunch of hellos. People are popping in. We got folks saying hello. Steph Stone is in the building. Steph Stone is also a channel member. Welcome in, Steph Stone, as well as a DMV cousin. Sig, hello, my solo sister. Yes, we are solo, but we are never alone. Hey, Sig, good to see you here. And if y'all have not heard, Sig, the solo cruiser, the Jen Danielle Experience, and I are hosting a group cruise in 2026 for it's the ultimate solo traveler group cruise. So the solo travelers are getting together. Even though it's 3 women coordinating, it is open to anybody. And it's June 22nd through 26th on Celebrity Reflection. Currently deposits are $100. So hit us up if you want to join in on that fun. Sweet D, hi Sweet D, welcome in. Saying, hey Carlene, and happy Monday all. Hey Sweet D, welcome in. And is this your first time catching a live, Sweet D, or you haven't been in a while? Good to see you here. Folks are speaking to Kristen Warmstrong. So talking about the solo travels are not just for the ladies, but also the gents get in on the action. Warmstrong Adventures is here. Another solo traveler extraordinaire. Jeremy Salcida. Jeremy, I said your name right. Jeremy is one of my newer channel members. Welcome in, Jeremy. Thanks for being here. Who else you got? Sig says, oh, I got to check out your review, Yellow. Yes, check out Yellow. Did a quick little 6-minute review on Celebrity Ascent. Talking about some of her favorite drinks and spots on the ship. So Yellow is, I know you all see Yellow in the chat a lot of times. She's also a content creator. So if you're looking for Celebrity Ascent content, pop into that. Yellow gives the bug eyes. Girl, that's what it. So literally, I just thought, okay, one chance encounter. It was literally 3 people from different periods of my past all have emerged between Saturday at 2 p.m. to as recent as this morning. at 7:40 when I was walking into work about 15 minutes late. So I don't know, like somebody, who was it? I think it was Miss Bernice Cruising Capers. Miss Bernice is like, maybe this is a reminder of, what is it? Things that you don't miss in life or something like that. Even though I really enjoy my student. Now, what I probably did not enjoy was like the amount of working that I was doing at the time. Because at that point I was working at a school, I was working at teaching at PG Community College, and I was doing like a speech therapy contract. So I had like 3 hustles going on at one time. That's why y'all like, how does she pay for all these travels? Jobs, baby. Jobs, plural. But yeah, it was cool to run into my student. And then like the former employee was like you ever just like see somebody that like still brings up deep anger? She was the employee that like, she literally said like she came to work like an hour and a half late one day and was kind of, at this point we were all young because we were working in the school system. We were all young. And she was like, my mom can like write you a note. And I'm like, girl, like, what do you mean your mom can write you a note? She said her apartment building was on fire, which it was on fire. But like the whole, like, my mom can write you a note. Like, you are a whole grown one with a whole career. Like, what do you mean can your mom write me a note? Get the hell out of my face. Anywho, so yeah. Kristen says, you know, them planets in retrograde. Again, why does it always feel like we're always in retrograde? Like, where's the happy grade? Like, is there one that exists? Because Mercury be wearing the girls out, and apparently one of Mercury's superpowers, I know they always say like technology breaks when Mercury's in retrograde, but I didn't know Mercury could like bring people back, and that's very interesting. If you believe in those kind of things. I do believe that there is some sort of like natural energy, those kind of things, but it was just too weird to have 3 people come like from Saturday, not even the full weekend, from Saturday to Monday today. And welcome in 22 people. My name is Carlene. And this is my channel, See It With C. I come live. I'm not live. Every Monday you have content from me where I talk about my solo travel adventures as a 9-to-5 girly. And some of you are realizing like, why should you say like 9-to-5 girly? I was the homegirl that I met up with on Saturday. She is what is she? A storyteller, like not a storyteller. Her work is in like coaching, philanthropy, and like using your story to get people to give you like really she does donations. Particularly like she has people tell their story to ask big funders for money. I'm not asking y'all for any money. I appreciate the times you click in, but she was kind of giving me like a little bit of we were having brunch, and then she just started, she was like, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. And I was like, you didn't? So that was a piece of me that she was like, yeah, you got to work on it. She was like, if I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, you got to start telling that story a little more. And so then like she was kind of like, you know, over like margaritas, giving me like a bit of a little like free coaching session. And she was just mentioning like, it can't just be solo travel. Like it has to be another piece of the story that you add to it. And she was like, Carlene, like I always wonder why, like how you're always on these trips and you still have a job. And I was like, ooh, that resonates with me. So where I can, I want to infuse more about like, I have a whole career and I still make time to travel, and explain to people like how you can do it with a full-time career. Because I think a lot of times, no shade, a lot of times the story is like, I quit everything. I left everything behind. And I love those stories too. That's very aspirational. But kind of, you know, talking it out, I was like, yeah, a lot of us are going to like have a job or want a base salary to make sure that we have these lifestyles. So shout out to my girl Ty. I appreciated that, because I'm like, I you know, sometimes some people give you strategy and you're like, that doesn't resonate. We were going, you know, she was kind of talking through this YouTube thing with me, and I was like, ooh, I love that spin, because I think that gets me excited. So you'll probably be hearing me tell more about like how I make this happen, because it's not like I worked for mine. Who else you got? Folks are saying, Sig, good review to YOLO. Only Go YOLO says, the natural hair is looking good. So yes, these things are holding up. So talking about like how else I afford travel, I have, with like all the like economic uncertainty, some of you all probably saw the short that I put out that kind of meshed like, you know, my everyday life. I was kind of like not knowing, you know, whether I was going to be a chopping block or not. I was like starting to like, okay, I got to like start, bringing some of my services in-house. I have not let go of the nails. Like the nails are staying. But I was like, oh, the amount that I spent on hair, I could like that could be the deposit for a cruise. So I did these twists myself. And it's been a evolving process. Like the first couple of times I've like did my own natural hair. My channel members have saw like y'all, and thank y'all for not like busting out laughing in the chat when I showed y'all like the bare bones results. But yeah, I decided to like kind of just twist my own hair and try to see what things I can like bring in house versus outsourcing. So girl, I sat down, watched me a few shows, twisted up this hair. I mean, it's been holding on. This is week 4, and I got at least one wash in it. I only had one fall out. And thank God it didn't fall out in public. So I think not bad for a rookie. Lala B, welcome in, girl. Says hello, everyone. Hello, Lala B, welcome in. Let's get into some more of these hellos. Folks are speaking. Sweet D says, I haven't been a while back. Haven't been a while. Well, welcome back, girl. Happy that you were able to make a live. We are here every Monday, and it's either a live or it'll be a premiere. It was just that I had big fun this weekend, and didn't play hooky with editing. So, but we have a lot to chat about, and particularly what is this? I labeled this, or what is it called? Name this live Switcheroo, because y'all better be glad that I was at work in person when Royal Caribbean decided it wanted to throw the third pre-cruise on top of all the things that it's doing for Star of the Seas. So at first I was like pissed off. And then I was like, okay, we have to look at this from a lens as a company. And like, while the person like Carlene and like y'all, like us cruise consumers are like, dang, you know, particularly people who like inaugurals. I get it. Not everybody's big on inaugurals. But those who are big on inaugurals are like, what the heck is this? But from a business standpoint, this stuff makes a lot of sense, because I looked today at pricing on the, who is calling me? Quiet on the set. Sorry, y'all. My bad. I looked today just to see like what the pricing was on like the first 4 sailings, like all of the, what used to be the inaugural. They are making so much money. So I guess from a business standpoint, it makes sense. From a consumer standpoint, it's like, what the hell? All right, back into the comments. Lisa T says, oh, hey, Lisa T, you must be new here too. Your face and your name don't look like I've seen you before. But so welcome to the channel. Get to chatting. Everybody's friendly around here. And if they're not friendly or creepy, the moderators do a really good job of giving them the boot. Lisa T says, first solo cruise in July on Carnival Horizon. Thanks for the content. Well, thank you for being brave and like jumping in the chat. And Carnival Horizon is like a ship that's on my list of things to do. And did y'all know that Queen Latifah is the godmother for Carnival Horizon? I just recently learned that. So yes, please enjoy your first solo cruise. If you're doing Carnival Horizon, it means that you are doing either a 6-day or 8-day. So which one are you getting on, girl? Are you doing all ABCs, all 3? The Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao? Monet to the T is here saying hello to everyone. On the go with Yellow says, next Lush, I will have to tell y'all how my ex was on a sailing with me. Oh, Lord. Yes, I think I've heard a bit of this story through one of the Parkers on the Go's live. We kind of like, for the Lush cruise, we didn't like have, or maybe I missed that part, because when I say like it was a 3-day cruise, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Lush is for ladies unwinding, sipping, and hanging. That's sponsored by Siobhan Parkers on the Go, as well as Kristen helps co-create that. I think their next cruise is October. I was expecting like more juicy conversations. Maybe I missed the juicy conversations, because when I say like I was on that ship doing my own thing, in a sense of like, I'm like, I only got 3 days. So I want to be outside. I want to be in the casino. I want to be at the bar. I want to see the band. Kristen says, ooh, Horizon's going to be good. Yes, Lisa T. Kristen said Horizon previously. On the go with Yellow says, me and my family, like all the ships and dates. Yes, that is a very interesting, what is it called? Coincidence that your ex just so happened to be on the same ship as you. And did anyone leak it? Like, do you think that they like got the tea and was being creepy, or do you think it was truly happenstance? What do you think, Yellow? TJ's Destinations in the building said hello, everyone. Welcome in, TJ, and welcome in 28 people who are here watching. Hit that thumbs up if you can. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C, where you get content every Monday at 7 p.m., whether it's a live or a video. And today we're live, and my plan is to get a little bit into, I told y'all like the initial purpose was to talk about how world keeps duping us into these inaugural, then a pre-inaugural, then a peep of inaugural. But I realized like I've released like almost 1, 2, 3, I made a list, 4, 5, 6 pieces of content. And a piece of thing when you're creating content is like there's so many pieces that you don't tell, or like I might hit send or submit on the video and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to talk about that part. So tonight I want to talk about some of the things that are published. And I think the last week, if y'all were here last week, we did Resilient Ladies back-to-back process. And there's some elements of that I want to talk about because everybody was saying Virgin has a really smooth back-to-back process. And for some reason, that selling wasn't as smooth as anticipated. Warm Strong is speaking to Sig. Phil and D's Travel Spree is saying, what's up, peeps? What up, Phil and D's Travel Spree? They just released a vlog related to Canada, which if you sell, what is it? If you do Alaska cruise, usually to meet the, can't remember the law is, Jones Act. Look at me knowing things. You have to stop in like Canada or some port. And so we had a quick stop in Canada, and Phil and D's recently released a vlog talking about how all Canadians are not created equal. On the Go Yellow says, right, because you can do it all with a full-time job. Let's talk. We can, like we really can. So I appreciate my homegirl for like dropping that nugget. So I want to talk more about that, of like how you can have like embrace travel as a lifestyle while still holding down like a 9 to 5. For me, it's 7:30 to 6. I do 4 10-hour days to get my Fridays off so that I can sneak out of town on Friday, come back on a Monday, and then start things all over again. Folks are speaking to Phil and TJ. So many of y'all are here. Welcome in, welcome in. Big Murph's in the building. Welcome in, Big Murph, saying happy Monday to everybody. Folks are speaking. Yolo says Horizon is the only other Carnival ship that she wants to try. Yeah, I don't know. I have thoughts. I don't want to give it up because it's a bit of a Carnival strategy. But I really want to get on Horizon. And I think I had a cruise on Horizon on hold for a little bit. I've been on this whole little kick recently where like I put a cruise on like 24, 40-hour hold, and then just to get the sensation of like I have it booked. And then after the dopamines wear off and I'm like, that is not a decision you need to make right now, then I usually just let it expire. Mark Hackett, welcome in. Mark says, what up, Monday link up? Monday meetup, but okay, Monday link up. I guess the Monday link up could be the dating show side of See It With C. And he says, still love the hair. Thank you. Yeah, for a month old, it's still hanging in there. It's still hanging in there. Not too bad. Kristen says, tell the caller to tune in. We recorded. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if anybody else has been noticing this like lately. More spam, which doesn't help again with like all the things that are going on in the world. It just seems like I've been getting like, there's a DC number that keeps calling me, but it's marked as spam. They don't leave a message. And then there's like a 771 number that keeps calling me. And then like a little bit of uptick in like email spam. So, but yeah, they are interrupting the whole live show right now. Thank y'all for the compliments. Oh, On the Go Yellow has strong feelings. On the Go Yellow says, bleep that. My inaugural date was August 17th, and they are August? Was it August? Because they went to August 20th. You mean September? They're creeping it back. Yes, because the original inaugural was supposed to be, and this is how weird they are. They're ping-ponging Star of the Seas. So Star of the Seas was supposed to be like, am I right? Like August 30th? And then like everybody, they said they had to push it back. So then it went to like almost like Labor Day. And then they pinged it forward. So now it's like they got one on the 23rd, 25th. And then now it's the one on the 20th. So Yellow was saying her initial time, she was to get on August 17th, and they keep creeping back. They got to keep playing with the dates and times, etc. And for me, like Star is one that I was excited about the 821 because I had gave up on Star of the Seas because I am hosting a group cruise. for Labor Day. So if you all are interested in that one, that's the Good Gov Getaway. I'll put up the flyers, but I'm hosting a group cruise August 29th through September 3rd on Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady, which is the Black Lady ship. And it was too close. Star of the Seas was too close to that sailing. So then when they mentioned 820, I was like, oh, I can like pop down to Orlando, do that before going on the Good Gov Getaway. And then now I'm just like, Carlene, like just stick to your initial plan for 2025, because I do have some hitters for 2025. But it was very tempting. And I held Star of the Seas for like, I put a little complimentary hold on it, got me a little cute little interior cabin, but it was like $1,700 for 3 days, which the most I paid for a 3-day cruise was $1,200 on Ascent, which I would say that $1,200 on Ascent was worth every penny. A 3-day on Star, I'm kind of like, this big of a ship, I don't know. If I were to do it, it would just be like really just for the content and a chance to like get my name out there a little more. But I have a couple of other cruises that my name can still get out there. So we're probably couch cruising Star of the Seas, because I haven't done a really good couch cruise yet this year. I'll probably do one for Agua and World America. But yeah, I initially was going to get into the Star hype, and then I was just like, this is going to compromise some of the bigger things that I want to do late 25, early 26. So I was like, stay focused, find the vision. And I will say, like, a tip for you all talking about like how you balance life and travel is like, if you set some goals, because with all these new ships coming out and a new one's popping here and a new one popping there, you get like Addie and Terry always say, like, squirrel moment, right? But if you set like certain goals of like, okay, I want to do all of Royal Caribbean's big ships, which I was on track for last year till I won a free cruise. But I'm like, you don't turn down a free cruise. Not a free 10-day. So I had to wreck that plan. But like, if you set your plans for the year, like, 1 year I want to do a river cruise. 1 year I want to do luxury. 1 year I want to do all the big ships. I want to try that goal again. We're going to get the big ship year at some point. That kind of helps focus on like not getting distracted and you're slipping all these extra trips that like don't kind of get you towards a certain goal. Or, I mean, you can just be like, YOLO, I'm going to, book whatever I want and keep it going. That's the thing too. On the Go YOLO says 3 days was not long enough. Yeah, 3 days is going to be like, I mean, the good creators know how to get on, work a ship, get the content out. My issue and balance with still trying to be a creator is like, I want to be a creator and I love experiencing things. Like before there was the YouTube channel, I was the friend who was sitting in the back of all the trips like, wow, y'all got your cameras out. I want to enjoy this with my eyes and experience it. Now as a creator, you have that kind of, when you're on the ships, you're kind of like, dang, like, do I sit here in this chair and watch the ocean and enjoy myself? Or do I try to like go into the cabin and see if I can push out a video right quick? So 3 days, that makes it tough in those kind of decision makings. Chris says, I can use another booze cruise right now. Kristen, would you say the Conquest is a booze cruise? I mean, Sunday I was rocked. Sunday I was rocked full with that all-inclusive. The Ryu did what needed to be done. But I don't know. I didn't feel like the full Conquest was much tamer than expected. I don't know if anybody else was on that cruise, they felt the same way. On the Go Yellow says, no, it was a coincidence. They were celebrating my ex-sister-in-law's birthday. Oh, and y'all were on. Okay. That's still very, very weird. I don't even know, like, and I probably, she was like one of those weird situations where like, it's one thing for your ex to be like in the building. It's another thing when like, they just so happen to be like crossing your path everywhere you go. Like, oh shoot, you're at the coffee shop. Oh shoot, you're sitting 3 doors down from your Toledo dad. That was what the situation was like this morning. Maybe I owe the channel members an update. So maybe I'll slide in. Let me know, channel members. Maybe I'll slide the tea in from this morning's blast from the past while I'm trying to mind my business and log into work. Who else we got? My department will not give in on the 410. I wish. Yeah, and see, it was wild because I was doing the 410s before the pandemic. And for some reason, like I would do 410s without batting an eye. Like if for anyone doesn't know, 410s is a 4 10-hour days. So while the propaganda is, we want certain people to come back 5 days a week, the truth about like civil service is we work by hours. We don't work by days of the week, because if there were no civil servants who worked only 5 days a week, some of this shit would fall apart. And some of it's already falling apart. But yeah, I like the 4 10-hour days because I got used to it before the longer days when I was doing my dissertation. So I was already doing like long days. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, let me work a long week so I can like get a day off, because at that point we didn't have telework. Then the pandemic happened and this magical thing called telework rolled down. And it was just like, as long as I'm in these contiguous United States, I can, go wherever, as long as I was like working, which I was. Like, the work was getting done. Now it's like I have lost stamina for being in the office. And I also think that there's like something about, I don't know, like going to like in person for work is now exhausting for me. Like my body, or not exhausting, but like I had to rebuild my stamina. Like the first week I went back to work in person for 4 10-hour days, like I was falling apart, because it was something about like I'm processing all this noise. The lights are extra bright. People are coming by and talking. Then they all of a sudden like put all these extra meters on. So like I am slowly now like building up a little more stamina to the point that like I have a standing desk at work. It can rotate up and down, but I find myself walking more and standing more. So like I'm like, I didn't know you had like build up like energy and stamina to get back to work. Anywho, but yeah, I use the 410s because I'm like, I need the 3-day weekend. That folks are speaking of Paul. Sig says, I've been doing the same thing lately, holding cruises and letting them simmer before I decide. Yes, hold and simmer is a whole strategy too, because you'll be booking all kind of stuff. Like the year that I said I was going to do all Royal Caribbean big ships, and I put like all these deposits down on like 7 ships only to get on, I think I might have got on maybe 1 if that. That was a lot of like just extra money out the door. So yeah, holding the cruise and waiting for some of the excitement, like like they dropped the announcement like, hey, there's a new preview selling world's largest ship, and you're like, I want to book it. I see a good price for it. I gotta lock the price in before the price skyrockets. Which I will say, like, even today, like I went back to look at the room that I let go. It was only $100 more. So it went from like $1,700 to $1,800, which is a significant difference. But sometimes that whole like I gotta get it right now kind of kicks in. So yeah, go ahead, put the free hold on it. Let it simmer for 48 hours or however long they have. And if you feel the same way that you felt when you initially, like when I booked, it's a cruise I'm taking at the end of the year. When I booked that cruise, I was like, I know I'm supposed to be on the ship. Like I didn't second guess it, anything. But there are some cruises that like I see the biggest, latest, and greatest announcement. I'm like, I got to get on that right now. And then once I slow down the process of like, okay, like here's how many days you got of PTO. All right, here are the other life events that are going to be happening right now. You kind of get like some more of the like reality kind of kicks in. Kristen says, I do a 410 to have a real 3-day weekend, because 2 days is not enough. 2 days is not enough. And it's kind of insane. Yolanda, hey, Yolanda Jackson, welcome in, says Carnival Horizon was a good trip. First cruise on Carnival Excel ship next month. You're gonna be on Celebration. Cool. You'll enjoy it. I appreciate Carnival's Excel class ships. You're gonna have a good time. I think for me, I like the personality that Mardi Gras and Jubilee had. But I feel like you can't go wrong with like a Carnival big ship. You're gonna have fun. But I've sailed all 3 of them now: Mardi Gras, Jubilee, and Celebration. And maybe like Celebration came too quick after like Mardi Gras. But that Jubilee and that Mardi Gras are like my faves. But you're gonna have a good time on Celebration. What's your itinerary, Yolanda? Folks are speaking. Hey. Siobhan Parker is here saying, hey, see, welcome in, Siobhan, and Parker's on the go. Y'all got me through. Speaking of 4 10-hour days, today, I appreciate it. If y'all didn't catch the Ship to Shore live, it was some good debate. That helped me. That helped kill about an hour and a half of time, or at least make things go by faster. Siobhan had a really good show this morning at or this afternoon at 12 p.m. talking about a great debate on like a documentation. I ain't gonna like spoil it too much, but we had a time at lunchtime. It was so funny, Siobhan, because my coworkers was like, "Hey, do you want to come into this office and like have lunch with us?" And I was like, "Nope, my show is on." Sig is saying I need a couch cruise. Yes, I need to schedule the couch cruises for the year for sure. So yeah, it sounds like y'all will be on the couch for me in what day is that? In August. On to Go Yellow says, nah, I'm not paying that much for a 3-day. I got a casino offer last week for the 3-day, and it's not worth the flight money. True. Flights have been fluctuating. I've caught like a really good flight recently. Like I booked a flight for July to Miami. And that was kind of still in the normal range. It was weird because when I first looked at this flight, it was like $500. And then I recently went back last week and looked, and it was down to like the normal Miami price, $250, $300. So, but yeah, for me to like go down and then have to turn around and go back to Florida, like now, if I lived in the cruise ports, I probably would, like if I lived in Florida, which if anybody wants to relocate me to Florida, reach out. But like having to consider like flight, and then maybe like I'll probably for that one I'll probably want to do a hotel because that'll be an expensive, like a big cruise. It starts adding up. But yeah, my plan is I was thinking a little more rationally. I do want to get for Royal Caribbean, like the price that's $1,700, and I hear like some of the deals that like YOLO are getting and that T gets from Adventures. I'm like, that money that I was supposed to pay for a 3-day cruise. Like I literally saw a $400 cruise on, was it Adventure of the Seas? It was one out of Tampa for $400, and it's like, this could be my like casino cruise. Spend the money, get status, and then see what kind of offers I get. And I really want to do that before like Royal gets hip to the game. They probably already hip to the game and like move the marker, move the goalposts. Travel PMD says you can get overwhelmed. I like that. Set some goals. Yeah, set like a theme for your travels, or set like, you know, sometimes I'll say stuff like, oh, I want to add like I want to get to one new country this year. Or oh, I want this certain experience this year. Like, oh, I want to, you know, I don't know, like but if you help pick, it kind of like gets things a little more like organized. Otherwise, every cruise on that has a new ship, you're going to be like, I want to get on this, I want to get on that. Sounds like we're couch cruising. Yes. Six says, I don't think I want to vlog a new mega ship in 3 days again. And see, my what is it called? My inaugural debut. So like my first inaugural cruise was Carnival Celebration, but I wasn't in the like travel content creator hustle mentality. Like I was still kind of like, oh, this is fun. I'm going to hang with my YouTube friends. Then like I saw like Parks on the Go to me was to the left, and they had like did this really bomb live stream that had like got all these subscribers and so many people were logged in. And then like I think Fane and Laura were like, you know, hey, good to talk to you, but like we got to get to the room and edit. And I was like, oh, like I'm not supposed to be having fun. I mean, you can do it however your style is, but like to do it in the right way, it just seems very exhausting. So then I was like, okay, I did Carnival Celebration. I was like, okay, I'm like, all right, I learned my lesson. The next time I get on an inaugural cruise, like I'm going to hit the ground running. Well, that next inaugural was Celebrity Ascent, which was right on the heels, like right behind Melanin at Sea 2.0, which was 7-day cruise, MSC Seascape on MSC. So between like having a good time on Melanin at Sea, between I think I had a little bit of a germ, and between like this big old lovely ship that I need to like try to create content for, I was totally exhausted. So I think, yeah, you got to like plan. If you're going to do those 3-day mega ship inaugural vlogging situation, like you got to make sure you come in well rested. In that period of my life, I was not well rested. Like I was in like not only doing like I did 3 cruises back to back, but like at that period of my life, I was on the Board of Education in DC. I had my full-time job, and I was teaching adjunct. So like I would get on them ships sometimes and be dead, like dog tired. So that's something awesome I'm looking forward to this year, of like get on these ships and have a little more energy to like kick back and let my hair down without thinking like, damn, when I get off this ship, I got 3,000 things to do. Miss Parker says, girl, yes, Connie was just starting the party. Oh yeah, on day 3 before we had to get off. I would have been scared though to see Connie for like 2 more days. Like I can't imagine a Carnival Conquest 5-day. Like somebody's going overboard. On to go with yellow says tea, please. Okay, I'll share the tea with the members because I owe y'all an update for the week anyway. So I'll drizzle in some tea about how my morning started. Chris, and you have not joined the channel membership, you are welcome to do that. We'd love to have you. Channel members get some exclusive things, which I need to like touch base with y'all and get like, I think I have good perks, but like just make sure the perks are perking for y'all. But if you're a channel member, the perks are you get $25 onboard credit if you book through me to see with C Travel Boutique. I am a travel advisor as well. So anytime you book through me, you get extra onboard credit. Channel members get exclusive behind the scenes content. So today they got the uncut version of me flying business class on Air France. They get my life updates. They get my musings about all the things. So yeah, I'll probably, and they get a weekly update on just like how things are going. And channel members get up to dates. What is it called? They get the peeps into or first dibs on whenever I book a trip. So I announce to channel members as soon as I make the final payment on a trip. Channel members are the first to know. So there's that. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Kristen says it was too tame. They bamboozled me because I was ready for the swag surf turn up and it never happened. Yeah, like I was really expecting, like from the moment we got on that ship, that it was going to be like out of control. And it was just like, I think I turned to Christian. I was like, yo, it's kind of quiet. And even when like Sail Away started, it still took them like 10, like people were standing there, but it still took people like 10 minutes to like really get into the mix with the Fun Squad. But once this party started, like that was like the latest I've ever seen people out on the Lido deck. And if you do Carnival Conquest, which I'll include in my videos whenever I get around to editing them, like if you get on the, I would highly recommend getting on the Lido deck. Then deck 9, I think. Get on deck 9. It's a half a deck, so you don't have all the noise. Because I think deck 8 is really, Jim Dayo said deck 8 is loud. Deck 2 is loud. But deck 9 was perfect because you can walk off the Lido, you're right at your room, and then it's like a half of a, what is it called? A half of a hallway. And so you don't have to have all those people. And if you don't remember any of that, whenever you're ready to book Carnival Conquest, hit me up, cwc@gmail.com. I'll make sure that you get situated if you book through me. Or if you don't book through me, I'm more than happy to, if you can't tell, like running my mouth, so I'm more than happy to give you some advice. Crazy Homebody Girl says, when I went on Conquest, people were definitely boozing, LOL. Yeah, and I don't know, like maybe I went to bed too early. So like the first night, I flew in that day. So, and I had a 5 a.m. flight out of DC. So I was literally for Carnival Conquest. I think my alarm clock went off at 3:30. I live 15 minutes from the airport. So I have it down pat. I always come in insanely close. I don't recommend, like if I'm traveling with somebody else, I got to add more time. But like, if it's just me, I know, particularly if I don't have to check luggage, I'll fly in that day. But I caught a 5 a.m. flight. And I think I might have snoozed on that flight maybe 10 minutes. So the first night, I think I went to dinner with the girls, and then I went to dinner. I met the girls at the steakhouse, chatted a little more, and then I think I went and got in bed. And then Saturday night, I was being grown, stayed up, and went to the club. But I don't think I saw anybody like belligerently, which I don't want to see, like drunk on Conquest. Like people were, now I will say, the people did not drink mixed drinks on the Conquest. It felt like everybody was doing shots on Conquest. Like it was like, we're not even wasting our time with Carnival syrupy liquor. We're going straight for shots of tequila. And welcome in 36 people. This is Carlene. This is CWC. This is the Monday meetup, where every Monday you get content at 7 p.m., whether it is a live stream or a new video premiere. Today we are live because I had too much fun this weekend. I didn't get y'all a new video out. But y'all should be getting some content soon on, it looks like you'll get like a business class flight on Air France and how I did that. I'm working on getting Dubai out, but like it has to sit right in my spirit. Like I don't like editing something if it don't feel right because I feel like it's rushed. But how I cruise to Dubai is going to be coming out. What else I got out there still floating? My South Africa trip I still need to edit. Of course, the Lush cruise I need to edit on Carnival Conquest. And Celestial Journeys I need to still edit. So there's a lot of content coming out, and in a few weeks I'm about to be traveling again. So lots to see here. Yolanda, oh hey, I know you. Says earplugs are needed. Yeah, on some sections on deck 2 of the Carnival Conquest. If you get put on deck 2, pack earplugs. If you get put on deck 8, which I didn't experience, pack earplugs. And then Kristen said, even though we had a small deck, or we had a half a deck on deck 9, so it wasn't too many people going back and forth. There apparently is like the wall had like a whooshing sound. So Kristen slept next to the wall. I slept next to the door, and the wall had some kind of like water or elevator sound that she could hear. So you might need some earplugs on a Carnival Conquest. Then, because I love the Facebook groups. Like if there's a Facebook group for your sailing, get in the Facebook group, because while you might miss some of the shenanigans, the Facebook group is like the daily newspaper. It's going to tell it all. So apparently on maybe deck 8, there was a couple that every night, they didn't just do the thing. They did the damn thing. And apparently like the whole hallway could hear it. So they were kind of keeping people up. So just know the conquest is where people are like celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, girls trips, all those kind of things. So and vacations. So, if you are what is it called? Sensitive to sound. You might want to pack some earplugs. I also, my desktop fan, I have like a little fan that kind of produces a hum and cancels some noise. On the Go with YOLO says, I am meditating on 2026 and 27. My summer plans are solidified, but I'm marinating on the rest of the year until I decide what I really want to do. I have lots on the list, but I am waiting. Yeah, so 2026 for me, I initially had like 2026, I do want to pursue Royal Caribbean's casino status for 2026. For me, it's goals. 2027, I do want to do, I know Celebrity is rolling out its river cruise concept, which I'm excited about because I feel like they're going to do river cruising in a way that, like, I think right now when you hear river cruise is like really old and unattainable. I think Celebrity is going to make it sexy for us like 40 to 55-year-olds who, got a little energy in us. That's what I'm going to do for 27. But 2026 is morphing a little bit. So what I have done so far for 26 is I booked like half the year. I think it's kind of giving luxury in like different ports, I think, for 26. But I left room for the end of the year for 2026. Because I don't know what else could, because my issue for 24 and 25, maybe it was 25, I booked too much stuff. So anytime a moment popped up where it was like, oh, let me slide this in, I wasn't able to. So yeah, it'll come to you what you should do for 26 or 27. But now is the time to start thinking for 2026 because we're like already halfway through the year. So you want to start locking in those plans and like start getting yourself the best deals if you are paying full price. I know y'all do a lot of casino deals, so I know a lot of that is kind of, or I don't know. It looks like some of that is a lot of like, you got to wait to see who puts out what deal and then you make your decision. But it helps me to like set a theme. Like I want to go to this country. I want to hit like this year, I was like, I want to hit my 40th country. I'm going to hit country number 40. New country number 40 this year. And is that July too? Yeah, in July. So that kind of helps me. Otherwise, I want to book everything. On the Go Yellow says, I lost too many deposits over the last year. Yeah, because them sexy $100 deposits. And then you're like, oh, snap, I got to pay the other like $1,500 to $1,800 to book this thing. Like, it kicks in. Welcome in, Team But I'm sorry, back to 26. If you don't have plans for 2026, though, 2 opportunities. You can jump on the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise with me, Sig, and Jen Danielle. That's going to be Celebrity Reflection. Cute little 4-day situation. And in 2026, I am doing a meetup at Epcot Food and Wine Festival. That's going to be Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. And that can be like a on your own, just we're going to all meet up that Saturday, eat and drink around the world. I'm going to provide a really cute gift for y'all to eat and drink around the world. And then we all can go home and go our separate ways. So I released sign up information about that. I need to probably put the QR code in here. If you're interested in hopping on any of the things, let me see. I think this is my QR code. I got so many QR codes. That I just dropped in the chat. bit.ly.com. Bit.ly. I put it in the chat. Folks are speaking to Siobhan. Hey, 40 people. Again, welcome in. This is Carlene. I am your solo traveler, your 9-to-5 solo travel girly. And we are every Monday, there's a Monday meetup at 7 p.m. where either I am live talking about some of my content that's released and giving you some of the behind the scenes how-to tips from my content, the things that I probably edited out. Or we have a video premiere. And so tonight you get me talking about, I guess, travel planning as well as some content. So we talked about, I did not talk about Resilient Lady yet, but the chat is booming. So we're going back into the chat. Miss Parker says, we're going to keep it going. Warm Strong Adventure says, I literally said I'm not booking any more cruises this year. The next day I booked Wonder of the Seas. Now, Wonder of the Seas is on sale. Wonder of the Seas, Halloween, and there's a trip right before after Halloween. You can get Wonder of the Seas. Now it's only a 3-day, but you can get it for $960. If you're interested in one, because Wonder of the Seas is like the forgotten cousin now that the Big Girls Icon and Star rolled out. So if you want to get on Wonder of the Seas, I saw a really good price, October 30th, 31st, something like that. Halloween cruise. If you want to book it, holler at me. But yeah, my plan is to I'm gonna see if I can stick to this, but I want to get down to like right now I gave y'all like 4 different trips that I have not created vlogs for yet. I want to get down to like having only one trip left on my camera and then booking another trip. But the issue with waiting is that you might not get that really good deal. But sometimes a deal does pop up. So I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. You got to juggle like that planning versus taking a chance. Folks are speaking. T is in the building saying, what's up, C? What up, adventurers? It was so good to meet T in person recently. And she is here in the chat. Travels with PMB says, between you, Sig to Solo Cruises, I want to check out more premium/luxury cruise lines. Yeah, I mean, it's worth experiencing. I think everything is worth experiencing. Like, I'm the kind of person that I don't care what the price is. When I'm saying like, not that I want to spend it all, but like, I'm a person that I have literally stayed in a hostel in Bangkok. Not because I couldn't afford the hotel room that we ended up having to switch and we went to the hotel. But I literally booked a hostel in Bangkok because I was like, I wanted to experience a hostel. Quickly learned, okay, Bangkok is not where you experience hostels, Carlene. You need to go to Europe. But I'm such an experienced person. Like Margaritaville, when it rolled out, I'm like, I don't care what people are saying about it. I want to get on it. Then I'll randomly be like, I want to book this first class seat around the world. Like, I'm an experienced person. So I say it's best to just get, I think it also makes you a person who is just very diversified in thought. It exposes you to so many different types of people, so many good stories, so many good connections by having a variety of experiences. So yeah, if 1 year is your luxury year, if 1 year is your, I want to hit up this itinerary year, do it. But yes, but Sig and I have hit on some nice cruises. Sig recently got off of Explorer Journey, which I feel like Sig is the first content creator. I know she's like the second content creator of color that has went. I believe she's the first to fund it herself. And I want to say I feel like she's the only, at least Black female creator I've seen, and the first in my circle that I've seen like get on Explorer. So she has that content that's out now. And Explorer is that like reachable luxury. So like you can get an Explorer Journeys cruise for like $3,500, up to like $6,000. And they're doing some stuff right now with the solo supplement. So it's within range. It's within range, but something that I think I either heard Sig or mentioned, she was like, there's a good chance that the word is going to get out and these prices are going to slowly start creeping up as, you know, more people get the word that it's a nice product. Hey, Miss Parker says, we worked that cruise. She's talking about Carnival Celebration. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. They have, that still is like that was like a game changer live stream for them on what is it, Carnival Celebration. But yeah, you have to, when you're doing those inaugurals and you're making that investment, you got to like really work them. And in this day and age where it's like the cruise lines are going to have all these extra media sailings, you have to get on that ship with like like what is an experience that has not been shared yet, that I'm going to push out there. So somebody who recently did this really well was Phil and D. Phil and D, so they had the media sailings for Utopia of the Seas, right? Phil and D got on their sailing and they were like, we're about to be the first people who give you the full, what was it called? The train restaurant train experience. That takes some planning and like looking out for. So if you are a person who's like, if you're a creator, now some people also have the approach, they just get on, they want to experience and they're like, hey, you get this content whenever you get it, people will watch it. But if you want to get on, like have like the first of anything, you got to kind of do research to see like who has not shown what. On the Go Yellow says, yes, I want to visit a new country each year in a new state. Yeah, now states I have been neglecting. I've been keeping up with it, but it can be hard when you're looking at cruises all the time. Yes. And it's hard for me because like my channel, people watch my cruise content. My land-based content, like I know it's going to be like y'all who are the OGs who are going to like always watch the things, but currently my land-based content doesn't do so great. So like I have to make sure I'm strategically sandwiching it between cruises, but I also like want to like show y'all the things. So yeah, I think I'm at 29 states. So I would like to hit like a nice round 30, but yes, cruises keep getting in the way. Six Solo Cruise says, yeah, PLTG be showing out and make you feel like a slacker. Listen, they be working them ships when they get in them inaugural modes, they get in them inaugural modes. Them, Laura and Fane do it a lot too, even though I know recently I was watching one of their vlogs and they were like, they got into a place now, they say, it'll be interesting to see how it works, that they want to like, you know, have a slower pace and like enjoy some of this ship versus like run around creating all the time. But their channel has hit a really good pace for itself where they can kind of pull back a little bit. Channels that are growing like mine is like, I can't afford to be like, I'ma just chill yet. So I still have to do some of that strategizing related to like travel content. Parker says, we work Ascent too. And I wouldn't even know if y'all worked Ascent or not because I was like halfway under the bed. Or just like decompressing from peopling for a whole week. So yeah, I wouldn't even know who worked the set. I was literally just like, I need a quiet moment right now. Lala B says, I'm going to email you this week to book the ultimate solo group cruise. Yes, please do. Please do. Yep. The deposit is $100. And the last I checked, I think it's starting at like $1,400. Yeah. So yeah, hit me up whenever you're ready. And you have at least like almost still over a year to pay. So we'd love to have you, Lala B. It's gonna be a good time. Our whole theme for the ultimate solo group cruise, we couldn't name it like the crazy, sexy, cool kind of cruise because that's like copywritten. And Sig, let me know if I'm not supposed to be telling the tea. But we're gonna kind of do like a whole play on like, you have kind of 3 different tracks that you can take in this solo group experience, or different experiences where you can decide if you want to, you know, do the, you know, the relaxed experience with Sig, if you want to kind of make it a little sexy with the spa activities with Jen, or you want to do like a wild excursion with me. So looking forward to seeing how that all shakes out, but we would love to have you. And looking forward to that email. It's seeitwithc@gmail.com. Folks, speaking of Murph, on a go with Yellow says, right, Sig. Got me getting a side eye from future me. She doesn't like when I go into savings account. Yep. And one thing, I haven't said this in a long time, one thing that has helped me is I use an app called Opportune. Now, granted, it doesn't have any interest on it, but for me, I don't need that money that long to sit there. Like, I can see if I had like a 2-year cruise and I was like putting this aside for like 2 years. Usually for me, my down payments, or not my down payments, my final payments are coming like every few months is how I pace them. So I use this app called Opportune, where it steals money, and literally it takes my money, it puts it into another account, and it pulls in the increments that I need to hit my goals. So like right now, I am about like, I'm probably like almost like $50 shy from my next down payment by it stealing small increments from my account. And it's called Opportune. It's been a method that helps me, because at first I was just like, oh, we're going to swipe that, put that on the card. And then I was like, no, it has to be a better way to do this. So now I basically set it as like Opportune takes cash, and then it all goes to like, I'll swipe the card because I want the points, but it immediately gets paid off right then. I like that approach to it. It was something else I was thinking about Opportune. And for me, for a moment of accountability, if I get to a cruise where like I don't meet that payment date, so there's one right now. I have 2 cruises that are very close to each other for final payment dates. I think I'm going to give up one cruise so I can have pay off a better cruise experience. There's a September cruise that I might let go. There was a September Royal Caribbean cruise that I was thinking about sneaking in there. I think I'll let that one go so that I can make sure I hit for the one that I really want to go on. So that's kind of my method too, of like, all right, if you don't have the money, like we ain't going, swipe the extra 100. No. Like you got to save. So that's my little bit of accountability method. And I've been finding that it works. And Opportune also has like a rainy day account. So the rainy day account, I save that for like when that surprise deposit comes up, where it's like, I need a quick $100 to make a cruise deposit. I use it for that. And shoot, when they ran into my car last April while I was on Valiant Lady, I used a little Opportune rainy day fund to pay my insurance deductible. So it's my method. Whatever you do, just find a method that works for you, and go from there. But I definitely was like, okay, we gotta make sure that like we're responsible with this cruising ASAP. Cheryl says, I appreciate you content creators, because it wouldn't be me. I don't have the bandwidth. Yeah, and that's why like I honestly turned the camera on. Like one of my friends is like, you do this, like turn the camera on. Because I was just like, before I even like started my channel, I had already had, was I country number 30, 29 or 30 countries, or maybe 30, I'm about to go to country number 40. So maybe like 37 countries, 35 countries. Well over 30 countries before I even turned the camera on. But then I was like, I want to show this experience for people who, just be like, I'm never going to go there. I don't want to go there, but I want to see it. And I want to learn from seeing the experience. Then there are people who are like making decisions between like, do I go to this country? Do I go to that country? Do I get on this ship? Do I get on that ship? And I hope my content helps that. Then it's a whole element of just like empowerment and like, hey, I'm a single woman working these 9-to-5 jobs to like pay for this stuff and have these experiences. If I can do it, you can do it too. So hopefully between some one of those things, people find some motivation and tap into the channel. If you have not tapped in already, because I realized I looked at my analytics, about 80% of y'all are not subscribers. But I'm not mad at you. I realized about 64% of you watch me on your big screen television. So either when you get to your phone, or there's a button that you can hit on your remote control. But if you're like me, I'm not that tech savvy. So when you get to your phone, make sure you either like this live stream, make sure you hit subscribe. Hello, Team Replay, so that you can help the channel with the algorithms. On the go with Yellow says, I party hard on day 1 on Conquest. And then were you out for the count, Yellow? Mickey's Adventure says, happy Monday. Hello. And Mickey's Adventure, are you Caribbean? Because I know the Caribbean folks say hello, good night. Adventurer says the club was popping. Now, I have not seen a club with that much energy since, I would say, when DJ Q was on Mardi Gras the first time. And it was interesting that the DJ on Conquest was from St. Lucia too. So somewhere, somehow, St. Lucia is cranking out some bomb DJs. Or Carnival Venezia, maybe that first night. I think the club kind of simmered down on Venezia, but I have not seen a hype club like that. Oh no, Carnival Sunshine. Now I know the girl Carnival Sunshine has moved to Norfolk. Hopefully the good people of Virginia and surrounding areas bring that same energy. But when Carnival Sunshine was in Charleston, that club was a good old time too. Big Murph says, yes, Team Reese is on MSC, saying, I hope it's treating you well so far. My crazy homebody girl says, I was on deck 8 and I regretted it. Oh, damn it. And I think I need to go see. I have another Carnival Conquest sailing, and I need to go see what deck I'm on. But I think I'm gonna have to what is it called? Count my losses for that one, because that's gonna be a summer sailing. Like, I think we got lucky because we got on this cruise, like, what was that, beginning of spring break, so not full spring break. But this is gonna be like a mid-summer cruise. And I can't imagine it be anything less than like loud and crazy. But I gotta see which deck I'm on. I feel like I'm on deck 8 for my next sailing. We'll see. Maybe I can find me an upgrade. Like, me and Kristen Kristen, actually, I ain't gonna give myself credit. Kristen found an upgrade for $26 on the Conquest to deck 9. And she was like, I made this decision. And I was like, I support your decision on that, sis. So maybe I'll find like a really cheap little upgrade to like a quieter floor. Because basically what Conquest people are going to do is they're going to like, basically they want to get on the ship. They want to get the cheapest room. So sometimes availability is going to become like near those, like up by the Lido, those like, more exclusive. I don't say exclusive, but different decks. Charles of PMB says, on a 3-day cruise, especially around a holiday, because it's going to be drinking and letting their hair down. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a booze cruise. Siobhan says, the club was fun, but people were naked. Now, I gave this disclaimer before, but I know we have a lot of new people in the chat. And welcome in 44 people. My name is Carlene. If we haven't met yet, every Monday we have the Monday meetup at 7 p.m. where there's some new content, or you got me live. So I know when I came off the Conquest that Monday, and I was like, had already lost my voice. I was pushing through that Monday, so I didn't really go too long and hard in the paint about talking about my Carnival Conquest experience. And I knew that I have content coming out on Conquest. But if you missed that Monday live stream when I got off the Conquest, there was a disclaimer, and that disclaimer was, if you are easily offended by the clothing choices that other people are going to wear, this is not the ship for you for 3 days, particularly for 3-day sailings. Because when I say the club clothes, the stripper clothes, the stripper adjacent clothes are what people are going to wear, that's what they're going to wear. And I will say, within an hour of just sitting on the Lido deck vibing, and I wasn't even mad at sis, but I had to give somebody an areola check, like, hey, she's out. Like, it's looking at me. So it was a lot of cakes, pies, thighs, a lot of cleavage. So if like, I know you might be like, oh, I want a family cruise for my children. Because I know some people get very protective about what their children like see and experience. If you are one of those people who are like, I want my kids to see that kind of stuff, like that might not be the cruise for them. If you're kind of like, oh, that was somebody else's decision, and I'm gonna tell my kids you're not about to wear, your floss, then like it's fine. But I will say you're gonna see a lot of people are like, hey, it's Miami, it's hot. I got these 3 for $10 Shein, and we're gonna make it happen. So that's just an FYI. And they're going to wear it not just in nightclub. Like, that's going to be the full outfits all the time. And it's not everybody, but it's enough that you're like, whew. So I just feel like I need to put that disclaimer. Crazy Homebodies Girl says the club was lit with a capital T. It was. And the first time I went to a nightclub and didn't get sick. Because I swear the nightclub on cruise ships be a super spreader event. And I swear anytime I go on a nightclub on a cruise ship and stay too long of a time, I'm usually like coming out and I got the runny nose, coffee, EBGBs a day or two later. So that was the first time going into a nightclub and not, taking any cooties back with me. Hey, Danielle Golden, welcome in, girl. She's saying hello. In the club, we were all fam. No, Charlotte, clothing is not optional anywhere on a Carnival ship. It used to be. There used to be, topless sun deck back in the day. Which I feel like Virgin might need to dip its toe in the topless sun deck pool. But no, you had to wear clothes. But the issue was people were kind of like they were treating the Carnival Conquest like club like. And in our sailing, I didn't see this myself, but in the Facebook group, they said that dollars were being thrown. And so much to the point that they had to tell the young men who were throwing dollars, please stop throwing dollars because it becomes a safety issue when you have this many people rushing to try to pick up said dollars. But no, it wasn't that clothing were optional and clothing was worn. It was just the clothing were minimal. Adventurer says, yes, optional throughout the whole ship. Cakes, pies, and thighs. CPTs. It was CPTs all around. Hello, Carnival Cruise addicts. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Siobhan says she's seen both of them. Crazy Homebody Girl says there was a couple next to. Ooh. Wait, getting it in the room or getting it in the club? Because either one could have happened. But I distinctly saw on Facebook, because I always miss the shenanigans. I'm happy with missing the shenanigans. I get secondary shame whenever things get too spicy for me. I want to crawl under the table. But I read in the Facebook group when they were just whoever's on deck 8, and there's a couple that's keeping all of us up because they were going at it very loudly every evening. Travels with P&B says, I didn't hear about Celebrity River Cruises. Yes. So Paul Celebrity later this year is going to begin booking. Its River Cruise experience is going to start in Europe, and you can start booking in 2025, but they won't start selling the river cruises until 2027. So that gives you, again, a time to be like, all right, I'll make this 2025 deposit, save my money for flights and the river cruise fare, for a couple of years. So, yep, Celebrity announced that earlier this year. And so at some point soon, I believe, bookings will become available. Paul says, I only booked one cruise 2026 so far. Love it, Paul. I'm trying to be like you and not plan and be so far in advance. On the Go Yellow says, I'm ready for the river cruise scene for sure. And what sold me on the river cruise experience was completing Disney's training. When I did Disney's College of Knowledge, and they were talking about they are partnered with, is it Amma Waterways? Whatever their cruise experience. Or their river cruise experience, they were really talking about oh yeah, this is a way to see different cities. And when I visited Budapest, Hungary, there would be every morning there would be a new river cruise coming through, and basically they would bike off, they would walk off, and they would go from city to city. And I think that's kind of my speed. I think I would rather river cruise versus a bigger cruise ship. That the bigger cruise ships, they're going to dock you out in a lot of times. And that's one thing that's going to come up. I think I kind of hit on it a little bit on my Mediterranean cruise, but that's going to come up more when I talk about cruising to Dubai and the countries that I went to in the UAE. The bigger ships often put you off at a big industrial port, and you got to figure out how to get to the main sites, etc. Or you can't decide okay, I just want to walk off and whatever is right around here. Whereas a river cruise experience, literally it drops you, the smaller boats can get into places that like you can literally walk out. Like when I went to Budapest, like the river boats that would come, they literally would just drop them off right on the promenade, and they're like right in front of, you know, the main museum, those kind of things. So for me, as like a history buff, I think I like that approach to cruising, to see places over like I'm going to get on this Mediterranean cruise and I'm expecting. I think I like, for the bigger ships, I like the Caribbean experience, but that's just me. But what you're going to do is try all the things, see what works for you, and then, you know, get in your groove. And again, those things fluctuate from year to year. Charo says, my brain won't let me think about 2026 yet. My first cruise this year will be next month. Okay, fair. It's just us cruise crackheads that like to just be like Uber book for no reason. This is, again, if you want to hit me up about any of the trips that are coming up. So if you want to hit me up about the Good Government Getaway, which is my group cruise on Valiant Lady on Labor Day 2025. So this year, August 29th, hit me up for that. That's a 5-day cruise going to Puerto Plata. I'm about to say Punta Cana. No, the other town in Dominican Republic. Punta Cana, as well as Bimini Beach Club. Quick little 5-day. And the last time I looked, like that one was kind of cheap too. That was like $1,100 for solos. And then I think it was like $1,500 for couples or twos, so doubles. So, and then 2026, we have the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise with me, Sig, and Jen. And then I'm also going to be hosting people at Epcot for Food and Wine Fest. And that's going to be a kind of a come as you are. Let's just meet, eat, drink around the world. I'll have a cute little like thanks for coming gift, and everybody can go home. On the Go Yellow says, I would love to do Epcot, can't do solo, getting ready for summer plans. No problem. But yeah, that will be October. That's gonna be 2026. So that's another year from now. And that'll be in the Good Government Getaway series. That will be Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, or whatever you would want to call it. Lisa Tisa says, I love Epcot. Well, come on, girl. We'd love to have you. Adventurer says, oh, we got a question. First question of the night. And let me see what time it is. Like, y'all are going. I love it. Adventurer says, what celebrity cruise requires some energy? Asking because Celebrity Ascent did not have any. We had to make it energetic, and it was on the last night. Yeah, I can't say Celebrity was ever like big energy for me. And that was even going with like when I went on Melon Sea, like we brought the energy, and even then it was still like a pushing for energy, because truly for Alaska, you are up at 4:00 in the morning, 5:00 in the morning. We had a few people of us who like hung out in the casino, but even then it was like, all right, 1:30 they were kicking us out of the casino. So then you run out of places to go on the ship. Or we just one night, the last night of the cruise, I think we sat on that edge and like a couple people had bottles of wine, and we just, didn't want to go home, and we talked until like 4:00 in the morning. But I don't think it was I have not been on, I've only been on 2 celebrity cruises. I've been on Celebrity Ascent and Celebrity Edge. I don't think any of them were a turn up. But what I like about Celebrity is it's going to be your cocktail and a bomb ass lounge singer, or a really good band, or really lovely ship spaces where you're going to crawl up with a book, or like lounge areas, eating, those kind of things. So for me, Celebrity is more of the ship, what is it called? The parts of the ship spaces. Celebrity is a ship spaces thing for me, which I appreciate. But I don't think I ever had it's not a conquest fist pumping good time. So you're gonna have to bring. And what'll be interesting, T, now that you said that, I have not truly did Celebrity Solo just yet. So because the Celebrity Ascent, I think Sig or Parker's gonna go, or they had reached out and they were like, hey, we're going on this, like you should come too. Like they told me about that experience, like kind of as a newer creator at the time, like dragging me along. And they were like, hey, get on this 3-day cruise. And so I had the whole crew when I wanted to mix and mingle. And then I went on Edge with Melon C. I have not done Celebrity fully solo yet. So it'll be interesting to get that experience where I know there's not gonna be a pocket of people for me to rely on. And see what is a true solo experience, in a sense of I still know it's not gonna be a fist pumping good time, But I do want to see, like, will I just be like sitting in the lounge areas, listening to music? Will I be tucked away reading a book? Like, what will I end up doing knowing that there's not a big cadre of people to like fall back on? Thanks for that question, T. I love that question. But yeah, so far I have not encountered an energetic ship. But I think, whose video did I see? Maybe it was Parker's or Sig. Celebrities 3-day cruises, weekends have sometimes a little energy to them. Now, how much, I can't tell you, but I think either Parker's or Sig, and if not both, had like a celebrity, maybe a more energetic with the 3-day situation. On the Go Yellow says hostel in Bangkok. Yes, I stay in a hostel in Bangkok, and actually, like, Siobhan gave me the idea on what's the thing called on Thursday. Talk to me Thursday. I'm getting tired. On Talk to Me Thursday to take like some of the pictures and things from my phone and make these like stories for the members. So at some point I'm going to be doing like take y'all from like my first solo my first solo trip ever, which was Paris, and pulling some of the pictures and stories to like kind of tell and to members and give y'all some of the uncut things. So yeah, I will hopefully eventually tell the the hostel in Bangkok story. And y'all see my homegirl Sharice, so maybe I might get her to join me in talking about that one, because we kind of like talked each other into this thing, and it was just like we ended up. A spoiler alert: we ended up transitioning to an actual hotel. That's why it says, "Girl, hostel, you are a daredevil." I'm all about experiences, because in my head I'm like, not everybody can give you a story about being in a hostel in Bangkok, but I can. Crazy Homebody Girl says the movie Hostel scared me out of hostels. Yeah. It wasn't anything like that, but it definitely had interesting people who were like coming through. Then there was also like some people who just were similar to us, who were just like I met somebody who was like, yeah, I work in DC for government too, and we just had our interesting conversation, like, wow, cross paths. But yeah, okay, so that's gonna have to be a story, some stories for the channel members about. But I had the experience, like, and I think it puts some hair on your chest, like it makes you, I mean, I also can give you a story about, flying in Qatar Airways Q Suite. So I like to be balanced. Maybe it's a Gemini in me. Like, I want the shenanigans, and then I want the like calm, my yin and yang kick in at some point. But honestly, it's just about the experience. Like, we only got one life, and I want to experience as many things as I can. Sig says, yes, Explorer is reachable right now, but she doesn't expect the prices to last long. Yeah, so right now I'm seeing Explorer. I think I saw $3,100, $3,500 for January 2025. If you want to book Explorer, hit me up. And the range for next year I saw for Explorer, when I looked, was like $3,100 to about $6,600 of a range, and that was from their newest ship. Their oldest ship to their newer ones. Sig says, plus they'll go from 3 to 6 ships by 2028. Sig is now sold on Explorer. Mickey's Adventure says, planning to do Alaska in 2026. I missed the Melanin at Sea because of my husband. He never wanted to go. Now he will, because I threatened to do it with family and without him. Go. Like, do whatever you need to do to keep a happy home. But my message will always be to people, go. Like, go. Figure out a way, make a compromise, drag him with you, whatever you got to do. But, make sure you are experiencing the things when and while you can. And something I'm learning as I'm like aging. I know y'all like Asian, but like I used to be able to jump in the back of a plane in economy and do like an 11-hour trip. And now, like, my neck, my shoulder, my back is starting to talk to me. So I'm like, I gotta, really get to these parts of the world or figure out a way to get to these parts in the world before like my body truly like cramps up. Because like right now I'm looking at one trip that is going to be it's like 26 hours worth of front flying time, and I'm like, Jesus, we got to figure out a way to get in business class because I'm going to be like a brittle bone by the time I actually like get to my destination. Folks have been watching Sig's Explorer content. Yes. Go and watch Sig's Explorer content if you have not already. It's really good. Onigo Yo says sacrifice is all about the experience. Yes. Nicole Charnel, hey girl. Nicole, I'm gonna be some of you all welcome in, Nicole Charnel. Some of you all last live were talking about books. I'm going to be sending some, I want to open up to everybody, but for the people who were like in the comments last time, deeply talking about books, I kind of have a idea. It's not like, I'm not going to like sell you a cruise, but I want to build a community of bookie people. I'm going to email, once I get it, it's going to be together, but I'm going to email you, I'm going to message you, Nicole, because I want to like give a personal invite to people who last time were talking about like cruise ships and books. I got y'all. Hey, G, welcome in, G. Good to see you here. Onago Yos is watching on the TV and talking about yes. So yeah, I was looking at some of my analytics and I saw some interesting trends, which I think that one trend I noticed, like a lot of people had that trend too. And the one trend is that like about 80% of the people watch channels and aren't subscribed. And that's the same for like, I looked at my analytics, about 80% of people will watch but aren't hit subscription, which hit subscribe is like free. It doesn't mean like you're like, it's not like a Netflix subscription. But I looked deeper into the analytics because I thought people were like me, where I like to watch on my preferred method to watch is on my laptop because I like to be able to type and comment. I'm an AOL generation girl. I used to be aiming it up like, but I noticed 64% of my people who watch the channel watch on their television. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. Happy that you watch, but just whenever you get a chance, whenever you have me on your phone, or if you're bored one day and you're trying to kill some time, just, hit a couple thumbs up on some videos to help get that algorithm up, even if you're like a TV watcher person. And y'all, I'm close to a milestone. I've been teetering from 2 subscribers from 3,500, which right now YouTube is in that weird, if you know, anytime you get close to a milestone, YouTube starts, they'll take some subscribers from you. So I've been hovering around 3,500 for like the last 2 days, and like YouTube will like take 2 and then I can see them subscribe back. But check to make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel because YouTube is doing that check right now because I'm close to a milestone. They just pick a couple people and make sure that you're actually people and not bots. Because I'm close to getting 3,500 subscribers. So I'm like, why can't I get it? And I'm like, oh, YouTube is doing a thing where they randomly deselect a couple people and see if you like watch a video or something to make sure that you're still alive and breathing. Hey, my cruising family, welcome in, Peter. 6 says, so the children grew up quick on a so the children grew up quick on a Conquest cruise. Yes, baby. The children on Carnival Conquest are going to get the whole circle of life. Okay. So just FYI, if you are not comfortable with your kids seeing, I would say the twerking wasn't even too bad, like on the sail away part or anything like that. Like I would say for the most part, people kind of save the twerking for the nightclub. And I would also say by design, like Carnival made sure that there was not any real twerk session. Now there was a really good line dance session. I had a good old time line dancing on Carnival Conquest. They had like songs that I usually don't hear played on cruise ships during their live dance. They did a line dance segment on the first sea day, or the only sea day. I think it was at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. And there was like about an hour, and they had like a couple good trail ride songs. They didn't play Boots on the Ground, but they played like some songs you usually don't hear. But they made sure like Club Shaky Butts did not happen. But people who like they brought their club clothes out, and I saw 2 areolas, a lot of cleavage, and some cheeks. So if you don't want your child to witness that, or maybe you are that parent who are just like, hey baby, this is biology. Conquest, all for you. Folks are speaking. Yellow says, I think Conquest is why I stopped going on shorter Carnival cruises. Yes, folks are getting on there for a good time, not necessarily a long time. Warm Strong says, what's the name of that ship again? Asking for a friend. Carnival, C-A-R, not me spelling Carnival wrong, C-A-R-N-I-V-A-L, Conquest, C-O-N. We call her Connie for short, Warm Strong. You would have a time, because Bill likes to kind of turn up a little bit. Mickey's Adventure says, my parents are Haitian. I was born in Brooklyn, partly raised in Haiti until I was 10, returned to the States for summer vacations. Oh, okay, doing the States. Yeah, hop in the back of a big old Volkswagen or something and go cross-country road tripping. Get it. Oh, so the room next to yours. Got it. Yeah, they sounded like they were having fun. Was that the one that they were reporting on Facebook, or is this another one then? Because Lord. Oh, we got to see. They said then they ended up arguing the last day over toothpaste. Now wait a minute. The fact that you can hear all of their business, like you can hear the business, but then you can hear all their business about like them arguing. That's the walls are too thin. I guess that ain't those older ships. The walls talk. FYI, people who are getting on Carnival Conquest. On the yellow says, see, you have been to all my top 10s. Love it. Budapest is also on the list. Oh, I love Budapest. Budapest was a sneaky one because I literally booked it for like, it was like I booked it because the flight was cheap. It was like $340 flight. And I was just like, I ain't never heard of Budapest. I mean, I ain't never really heard of Budapest. But I was like, for $340, like I'm going. And it has a really strong spa culture. So there are public spas throughout Budapest where you just go. You might pay the equivalent of like $5 and there's like a sauna, all these kind of like water theme rooms. Now, public water freaks you out. That might not be your thing, but you got to just kind of like say a prayer and experience it because, yeah. So yeah, it was one of the best KFCs I've had in my life. So yeah, I haven't done this in a while, but I'll put up, one point last year, I put up a list of all the places I have been and I marked which ones I've been to solo. So maybe I'll do that. I haven't done that in about a year. So I'll put up all the places I've been. If you see any places you want to ask more questions about, just hit me up, message me. I'm more than happy to share knowledge and information. My cruising family says, when are we river cruising? See, sign me up. Yeah, Peter, I'm looking at whenever Celebrity announces its river cruising, looking to see what their itineraries are looking like, looking to see how much those are going to cost. But if y'all haven't heard, Celebrity Cruises is going to start river cruising, and it will start you can start booking it this year in 2025, but the first one won't be until 2026. Just J Renee, hey, you're the new Miss Mountain at Sea, right? Just J Renee. I believe so. Your face looks familiar. So yes, congratulations and welcome in. On the go, yo, so Celebrity is not a turn up. Yeah, it's not a turn up. Happy you caught it live. I'm here every Monday at 7 p.m. So either if you click on my channel on Monday, either you're gonna see me premiering right at 7 p.m. or you'll see me doing like today where I had too much fun over the weekend and didn't get a new video out. So we are talking about cruising. I'm talking about some of the pieces of my content that I wasn't able to, like when you get content, you have like edit so much out. So I'm talking a little behind the scenes things. Fox Dennis says, somebody say river cruise. Yes, we did. On the go with Yellow says, I imagine you need to go with a group. There must be 4 Celebrity. Yeah. But even with a group on Celebrity, like again, Melanin at Sea, we went on Celebrity Edge. Now, I'm not sure if it was because of the Alaska vibe or what, because Alaska, again, truly is, you're waking up early. A lot of those excursions are going to start early at 6 o'clock, 6:30. So I think they purposely don't have a lot of things in the evening because they know folks got to get up, meaning the cruise line. We were kind of making our own fun after 1:30 or going to bed. But like even with Melanin at Sea like that, I've had really great times Melanin at Sea. But the Celebrity Edge one was a little more tame because I think just Celebrity's vibe isn't like now. Like I've watched their 3.5 video, the one that Vanessa has put out, and somebody else put one out. Was it Yana? And then watching YFC's content, like you could tell the vibes are like totally different being on a more energetic ship. So yeah, we're not going to care. Celebrity's not a vibe, but in the sense of like fist pumping vibe, but I think it's definitely a vibe in regards to like, they have some amazing singers that get on Celebrity. Their musical catalog is out of control. Like that's the first time I ever sat in the atrium and they're playing Sade, and I almost lost my stuff. Like listening to Sade with a martini in hand, I was in heaven. My cruising family says, same with Beyonce. Celebrity was great, but not for high energy. Yeah, it's going to give you like plush areas, seating, lounges. Travel, yes, we see. Travel, yes, is in the building saying Virgin Voyages Celebrity with a turn up. See, for me, I don't feel like Virgin is that plush. Virgin gives me IKEA in some of its spaces. I love a Virgin Voyages experience. You definitely frequently get more energy on Virgin, but like I want Virgin to, I don't know if I want, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I have to pick, it has to pick where it wants to cut back on. But some of Virgin's spaces feel a little sterile to me, but I guess they have to balance that with like, you're going to have an upgraded food experience. You're going to get the champagne at Sail Away. But I love like the lounge feel of Celebrity. But Travel Yes We See has a pretty funny video on funny and informative video on the Battle of the Cruise Ship Burgers. So tap into Travel Yes We See if you're interested in like some like highbrow comedy. I was chuckling at that Battle of the Cruise Ship Burgers video. Sharon says, yes, story time, adventure time. I have so many stories, y'all. So I got to figure out a way to give them to the channel members. Hey, Lady Yo, got to meet Lady Yo on Lush. Welcome in, Lady Yo. Want to go with Yo says, no threats. I'm just going. You do it. Oh, wait, I'm lost on that one. On to go with Yellow says, yes, premium at least on that long behind flight. I am leaning towards now, like the longer flights I have to, like I'm editing a vlog for my experience on Air France. And like, it was easy to do Air France and economy going because it was an evening flight. It was an evening 7-hour flight. So like pretty much I slept and I was coming back from homecoming. So like I pretty much slept that flight going. But coming back, I ended up upgrading myself to business because I knew I had to go to work the next day. And so that 8-hour in business class allowed me to like land and then go to work next day so I can save some PTO. But I'm planning on something that's going to be like I think it's like 26, 29 hours possibly. And I'm just like, I can't. I did South Africa in economy, not this last time, but the time before. And that 16-hour flight between Atlanta and Johannesburg, I swear, like the clock just stopped at 8 hours. And yeah, and then somebody's child was sitting next to me because the mama didn't book seats together. So like the child was in between me and a random stranger. The child just thought, well, you know, I'm 10, I can just sleep any way I want to. So there's like a foot in the side of me for a second. And I'm just like, sis, like, like mom, help me. So yeah, now I'm kind of like, to get some more of those like longer, further across the world experiences, I now have to factor in, at least get like a premium economy seat. But that's where points can kick in too and help. Or budgeting. Laria says, hey, see, those days of cramped economy are done for me. I try to do at least premium economy. Yeah, at least get the leg room because my legs swell really bad now. And I like to like, if it's free wine on the plane, I'm drinking that free wine, which doesn't help with swelling either. So yeah, it's like to have my wine and I need to, and prevent like blood clots. I gotta upgrade a little bit. On the go yellow says I downloaded Fourth Wing, haven't started listening yet. Must be talking books. Crazy Homebody Girl says yes, I watch you on the TV mostly. Good to know. Good to know. That means the algorithm, not the algorithm, my analytics are correct. On the go yellow says you're gonna get all the cheeks on Connie's shirts, skirts, dresses, and thongs. Lady Yo says thanks to you. That explains why I couldn't find my subscription with you when I met. I knew I had you on lock. Thank you. Yeah. I've been hovering around 3,500. Like I've been on 3448, and it keeps going back between 47 and 48 the last few days. So I'm like, I probably have 3,500 subscribers, but Virgin, YouTube is doing that weird thing where it's making sure like people actually are watching. So maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll wake up and I'll be at 3,500. But right now they tested me. Travel Yes We See says kids in 2025 are different. They have seen some things that you have never heard of. There was this one Facebook video where this kid was wearing VR goggles, and it looks like yeah, I'll stop there. But his dad was like looking out the window and saw him mimicking. He had to do something in the video. It's like some kind of game that makes you have to do really inappropriate things in the game throughout the game. And so the dad saw the kid like reenacting something to like get points on the game, and he was like, "What are you watching?" And so yeah, it's apparently a thing. So yes, I believe these kids in 2025 are different. But I also know I don't think it's the kids; it's the parents. A lot of times, like sometimes people are like the parents don't want their child to grow up too quick. So if you are that parent who doesn't want the child to, grow up too fast, like I remember even being on Jubilee. When I was on Jubilee has this show. It's not called Voodoo Moon. It's a show. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a show. It starts off kind of spooky, and then it ends up being like a musical review of like Halloween themed type songs, like very superstitious and. I put a spell on you. Like it's gonna be like a spooky song review, but it starts off very creepy. And there was a family in front of me on Jubilee who flagged down Kindle Fire and was like, "Excuse me, does this show have witchcraft?" So I say that because there are families who, they protect their values, religious beliefs, those kind of things. And, maybe you are a Jehovah's Witness or I don't know, but just know Carnival Conquest, you be one of them liberal parents. Just Renee is the new Miss Melanie at C. Congratulations, yes, and congratulations for beating the big C word. That's an awesome milestone. It was a very touching moment to see your friend Nicole, recognize you. So I was very posted on all the Melanie at C content that came out, and very invested in all to see all the other content that's going to be coming. Folks are saying congrats. Yes, you're now in a long line of Miss Melanie at C's. Want to go with Yellow says, how are you not with your kid on a flight? Because airlines have starting to get all extra with families and decided to charge them extra to hold their seats. I think that now airlines have started to roll back that policy. But there was a period around like 2019, 2020, 2021-ish, maybe not 2020 because we were all 2021 when the world started reopening, but we were still flying with masks kind of. There was a period where like every flight I would get on, there was some family who was going row by row by row, asking people, excuse me, do you mind trading seats? Excuse me, do you mind trading seats? I mean, going person by person by person. And in this case, the mama asked me, but she asked me to trade a middle seat. And y'all, when I say literally, I was like, because I have the end. I love sitting by the aisle because I want to be able to get up and stretch and go to the bathroom when I want to without permission. And I'd rather get up 5,000 times versus sitting in the window and feeling like I gotta, hopscotch over you or try to shake you out of like a deep sleep. So the mama asked me, she was like, do you want to trade seats? And I'm like, no, girl, like you are sitting in a middle seat. Why would I dare? Like I'm already in economy for 16 hours. Why the hell do you think I'm about to switch with you to sit in a middle seat for 16 hours? So yeah, it was pretty much like, no, this 10-year-old is going to sit between me and this random guy, which I'm like, this is weird. And the mom was in the middle seat behind us. But the little girl, I don't know, maybe I was giving teacher vibes that day really strong. And she got real comfortable on me, child. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, no. So I guess finally the mama saw me like throw a couple elbows and she was just like, honey, sit up. Spellbound. Yes, that is the name of the show on Jubilee. And I literally witnessed a family flag down Kindle because they were about to leave the theater because they just felt like the content was they didn't want their child exposed to anything that looked like witchcraft. Jay Renee says, yes, I wish I could have. Oh, yeah, I had to skip this Melanin at Sea because my plan was I was supposed to be, the way that I pay for all these trips is I'd be having like 3,000 jobs sometimes. And so it was two things that came up. I was supposed to be, A, my job was supposed to be sending me to a conference. And then B, I was supposed to be possibly teaching this semester at a local university. And I figured I wasn't supposed to miss out on either of those opportunities. And C, it was smushed between like a 2-week trip to South Africa, a bunch of other stuff, and I couldn't make it work. But my plan is to, I don't think I'm gonna be on Melanin at Sea in July because I already did Celebration. But my plan is to be back with Melanin at Sea in 2026. And then I heard something might be brewing, so I'm gonna keep my ear out for that. But my plan is to, I had not missed the Melanin at Sea until 2.5, and I was like, this is gonna be the last one I miss, and then I missed 3.5. But I should be back in 2026. This is wood. I'm knocking on it and looking forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I will see you in the Facebook group. Just Renee says, if they book basic fare, sometimes they can't pick seats. And that's exactly what happened. Well, y'all, I didn't even, well, thanks to Rock will be 37 people. Let's see. Quick closing announcements. Usually I put up the PowerPoint, but I don't feel like putting up the PowerPoint because I cleared out all the cookies. So closing announcements. Don't leave yet. Don't miss announcements. A, I am hosting a Good Government Getaway group cruise. Now, some of these announcements are going to be free, so don't leave, okay? I don't want you thinking like she's a used car salesman. The only thing she does is try to sell me cruises, even though I do sell cruises, and you can book with me at seeitwithc@gmail.com or transfer your booking with me. Some of you all are leaving money on the table by booking yourselves, which I get. I used to be a book myself person, but there are often extra onboard credits for booking for a TA. So if you don't book with me, book through your favorite TA so you don't leave any money on the table. All right, off that. A, there's a Good Government Getaway on Labor Day this year on Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. 5-day cruise going to Dominican Republic, of course, Beach Club at Bimini. I have right now, we got like 3 cute little cabins booked, hoping to expand that. So come on, join us. And that one, I think is starting at about $1,100 for solo travelers, $1,500 for those with double occupancy. And I can get you the quote for those who are with triples or quadruples. Then if you can't make that one, in June 2026, we'll be on the Celebrity Reflection for the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, which is me, the Jen Danielle, and Sig the Solo Cruiser. We are teaming up for the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise experience. It's going to be kind of like the crazy, sexy, cool of the seas. Maybe you'll get some of my hostel and Bangkok energy. But that's June 2026, $100 deposit, Celebrity Reflection out of Fort Lauderdale. And we are going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Going to party in that hideaway area. And we are also going to Bimini. But I have something that you all have not probably experienced for Bimini. So tap into that one. Then if you're like, okay, can't do none of that. I am hosting the 2026 Good Government Getaway. It's going to be a bit of a meetup. So we're going to eat and drink around the world. That'll be Columbus Day weekend. You can, book through yourself, book through me. But forever who comes, there'll be a registration. Here's the registration. just let me know you're coming through this link. Sorry. Columbus Day 2026, meeting up in Orlando, going to eat and drink around the world. I'll have a cute like giveaway for joining me in and out there. The non-trip related stuff is if you are a book person or like scripts, I'm building a community out related to that. So message me and say like, hey, see, like I enjoy reading. I enjoy watching my iPad, those kind of things on the ships. That's going to be something emerging. Hopefully this week I can get it cranked out. It's been in my head, but I got to get it out. So thanks you all, almost 40 people, for staying around and chatting. Next Monday, my plan is to hunker down. I'm not allowed to leave the house. And hopefully you'll have a video. It will either be, I don't know, it'll probably be a cruise experience, or it's going to be one of my luxury travel experiences, me flying, not luxury travel, me flying business class, I think, on one of these, either Air France or the Q Suite. We'll see. But every Monday at 7 p.m., there's some new content for you, whether it be a premiere or a live stream. You get to see my face and I get to see yours. All right, it's See It With C. Thanks for chatting with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.